Okay, here we go. Hello, how are you? My name is Matthew. You are in the moment, late night, 11:30 on this 9th day of February, 2026. Just in here real quick, 8 little things to talk about. So let's get right into it. The last time I was in front of the camera was Saturday afternoon. I was on my way home, did a quick show from the Barrington Street encampment. And what I was showing you is contractors had already been there, had cleared some land, made some berms, were putting in steel poles to put up some fencing. On the way into work today, contractors are back, more fencing is up. They've gone beyond just putting up the posts, they're actually putting up the fencing. There's still a section to be finished. But the moral of the story is, within the next 2 or 3 business days, the property that runs underneath the on-ramp to the McDonald Bridge off of Barrington will be completely fenced off. This is one of the last 2 remaining designated encampments here in the HRM. And they're literally stopping people from seeking shelter underneath the on-ramp. So even though it's a designated place for people to go, they are certainly limiting the areas where they can go. So they are really right out in the open. There's still a cluster of homes right there at the bus stop on the way home from work tonight. The lights are on at 2 of the tents at the Barrington Street encampment. I don't know about the structures down over the hill, but know tonight, and it is a chilly one, that there are humans outside in tents, the same material that they are putting umbrellas together with. If they're lucky, they're on pallets, they're off the ground, maybe they have a tarp, but I can guarantee you they are sleeping in every bit of clothing that they have, wrapped in as much warm blankets as possible. So just a reminder, and that just leads me into this, looking at the environment weather forecast. There is a special weather statement in place. More snow is in the forecast for most of Nova Scotia. Wednesday, Thursday, we could see another 10 to 15 centimeters of snow, which is never good news for those living outside. We've had snow on the ground continuously for like the last 2 weeks. Winter is here. It's the middle of February. So I just wanted to bring that to your attention. And from what I'm aware, and this is up on social media, that a human, an individual, was found frozen to death in Amherst. And that's all I'm going to say about that. I just kind of briefly read the story. I don't know the full details on it. But another Nova Scotian dead, just tragically preventable. And again, I don't know the details, but no one should be dying outside in 2026 in Canada. I'm sorry. I wanted to mention this right off the beginning. When I do my live streams, if I'm lucky enough to have a guest with me, and certainly when I do my radio program, Truth from the Booth, I like to find out where people's mental wellness is. If they want to give it to me in a scale of 1 to 10, like how are you feeling before we get into the conversation. And I will say right now, for the record, I was just thinking about this before going live, and I'm sitting at like an 8.5 right now. Right now, in this 9th day of February, I'm sitting at an 8.5. And Christmas was good. January is, a birthday month for a lot of family. But I think the reason that number is sitting at 8.5 right now, it's because of the Olympics. It's that simple for me. I have really unplugged from the dumpster fire that is the world right now. And thanks to CBC Gem, You create an account, and I am just clicking and watching live events. I'll be up at 5 o'clock in the morning to watch events, just to see if there's any Canadians in it. But it's not so much, yes, absolutely, it's about cheering on Team Canada, but there's so many other takeaways from the Olympics. So that, again, that's why I'm sitting at an 8.5. I have, the way I have the table and the computer set up, I'm watching Olympics from the time I get up, 7 o'clock in the morning, and with my schedule, I'm not leaving the house till like 1:30. So I'm watching Olympics all morning live. I go to work and I'm watching Olympics there. Canada, US, Olympic women's hockey tomorrow at 3. So, but just the drone footage, the cameras, the technology that are at the games, you really get to experience so many different angles, and the slow-mo and the commentators, like everyone knows their stuff. Curling, there's been all kinds of curling. I've seen athletes train and compete year after year, event after event, only to lose out by 0.03 of a second. Miss the podium, miss a gold, miss a silver, miss a bronze. Speaking of the medal count, right now Canada is sitting at 2 medals, and both of those are bronze. The other big takeaway for me, and I have shed tears a few times watching the Olympics. Again, it's just a break from the unhinged chaos that we seem to be experiencing every time you turn on the news or your favorite social media site. But to see competitors and coaches and family cheer each other on, especially the coaches and other team members from different countries, cheering on other athletes from different countries, knowing that they are out of medal contention, but cheering them on so that maybe they can get a bronze or a silver or a gold. So many lessons in humanity that are on display right now in Italy. So again, if you have the opportunity, take a break from the dumpster fire that's happening. Watch the Olympics, free, CBC Gem. You'll do yourself a favor. I know I'm getting up at 5 o'clock. There are events tomorrow, beginning at 5, that I want to see live. They do have the prime time stuff for everyone that works. For me, the hours couldn't be better. There's a 5-hour time difference. So, 5 o'clock, it's 10 o'clock in the morning. So there are live events for probably 11, 12 hours of the day, which is perfect for me because I'm literally watching 9, 10, 11 hours of Olympics every day. At least it's on here. When I'm getting ready for work, I'm certainly watching the Olympics. So again, just a nice 2-week break. I'm really going to enjoy the games, and again, just taking a break from the news. Pretty intense weekend for me here in Halifax. Mariah Baker was in town, continuing the work, Feed the Pigeons Films, working on the documentary. People are coming forward, looking to share their stories, but without giving too much away. Saturday, met in the city at the library with Mila. Mariah was there. We sat around a table for well over an hour, recording conversation, recording video, gut-wrenching stories. I'm pretty sure at one time everyone had tears in their eyes. I had never met Mila until we met at the library. Great conversation, very open, very revealing. I'm really looking forward to this documentary, which leads me into Sunday, where I sat down and had a conversation with Amanda Pierce. Again, we spoke for over an hour, and that audio, that video, will be a part of this documentary put together by Feed the Pigeons Films. Never met Amanda until yesterday. and I wanted to know more about them. So this Friday, Amanda and I are going to have a chat by phone. I'm going to record it, and that will be the next Truth from the Booth happening this Sunday, the 15th. Which brings me to the Truth from the Booth that just aired on Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday. Go Seahawks. So happy, just so happy for all of my friends out in British Columbia who are Seahawks fans. Happy for them. I don't follow the Seahawks, but glad that the Seahawks did win. Yeah, so the show that I did Sunday with Patty Quinn and Chad Duplessis. Yeah, Chad Duplessis. That's going to re-air this Saturday at 10 and 6. I'm going to give it one more go on the weekend. We were up against the Super Bowl, so it's a great conversation, so I want to make sure that it has more ears on it. So that conversation between Patty and Chad is going to re-air on Saturday, and a brand new Truth from the Booth with Amanda Pierce will happen on Sunday. Okay. And all those conversations eventually make their way onto my YouTube channel, which I joined back in 2010. Yeah, joining YouTube in 2010 and approaching 380 videos. Oh, got to mention this. I've said this many times, that you must try and make the most of every encounter that you have with people. Because I've learned that you don't know when people are just going to disappear, and you don't know if you'll ever see them again. And that's very true with people who are unhoused, transient, just living a lifestyle that is extremely dangerous. In October, one of the last conversations that I had with Andrew Goodsell was for my Truth from the Booth radio program, and lost contact with him. November, December, January, middle of February, I have no idea where Andrew Goodsell is. Saturday, walking into the city to go to the library to have this conversation with Mariah and Mila, and I see someone who I know knows Andrew. So of course I have to ask, where is he? What's happening? He's here, and I ran into Andrew Goodsell yesterday. So that made my year. You have no idea the relief, just knowing that it makes me sad that he's still outside, because yes, he is still outside. He is one of those veterans of the Halifax Regional Municipality who unfortunately can endure an Atlantic coast winter. So I'm just, again, if I hadn't stopped this individual in front of Scotia Square, I still would not have known where Andrew is. But because I made the most of the encounter, I wasn't going to let this person get away without finding out a little bit of information. They know me, so it was just good to make that reconnection. So Andrew Goodsell, just love you, man. The guy ran for mayor. Okay, a couple more things here. What are we at? 1:45. Just another quick reminder. If you want to get a snapshot of what's really happening here in Nova Scotia and other parts of the Maritimes, I encourage you to go to the Facebook page, Helping End Homelessness in Nova Scotia. The stories are just, it's just tragic. The situation that we're in is just, it's so avoidable. It's so preventable. We are just, in my mind, addressing this on the backside. My opinion on this is, been stated many times on this program. So I'm going to leave you with this. Right now in this household, it is backgammon, puzzles, and Lego. Jen is probably on their third or fourth puzzle, maybe more since Christmas. I go through phases of Lego. which is fun. But right now we're into backgammon. Now, I think anything where you are exercising your mind, it's going to benefit you in the long run. Any activity that you're doing where you have to use coordination with your hands and your eyes and your brain, it's just good stuff. So just stay active. It's one thing to be physically active, but make sure that you are giving your brain a workout as well. I was going to say something about the halftime show at the Super Bowl. Yesterday's halftime Super Bowl show. Today it was just, the internet was just filled with rage, and his whole message was just about love. So just crazy. Like I said, take a break from the dumpster fire that is the world, and watch the Olympics on CBC Gem. Okay, that's going to do it for me. Coming up on midnight. Enjoy your Tuesday. Get up early. Olympics are live, starting at 5 a.m. Atlantic. My name is Matthew, and you are currently caught up in the moment.